The Cornell University campus is shutting down as COVID spreads. More than 900 cases, most of them the Omicron variant, and most in people who are vaccinated.
I think as soon as we hit about the 50 case mark, that should have been a bit of a flag that, we should really reconsider what we're doing here.
A Cornell student there. What's happening at Cornell is a concern for college campuses across the country. Good afternoon. I'm Doug Ambledge. Final exams are almost over. Students preparing to head home for winter break. While COVID cases are rising, booster shots are not required on any local campus yet. 13 WAM's Natalie Kutchko explains that for some schools, boosters are still highly encouraged. Natalie?
Doug, the stance often differs between public and private schools. We've learned while vaccines are currently required for state schools, SUNY has no plans to mandate the booster shot yet at this time. And for schools that don't require proof of vaccination, they too have plans of their own. For college students across the country, the fall semester is coming to a close. While students and staff continue to adapt their COVID protocols to ongoing change, schools are looking ahead to what's next.
We wanted to say this is what it would look like for us to all come back together in the spring. I think students want to know, they want answers.
Roberts Wesleyan College, a private institution, does not require any students or staff be vaccinated. However, vaccine clinics are available on site. This spring, anyone who comes to campus will be required to show proof of a negative COVID test, something the school has required from the start of the pandemic.
I think it sets everybody a little bit at ease to know what it will mean to sort of re-enter the community, and we'll keep in touch with them, as we've said we will, if any plans change between now and the beginning of the semester.
At public schools like Monroe Community College, rules aren't the same, since MCC is supervised by SUNY, which requires all students be fully vaccinated. At this time, SUNY officials tell 13 WAM there are no plans to require boosters yet, though MCC students will have to prove their vaccination status again 10 days before the spring semester starts.
I think we've shown good ability to pivot when necessary. So we're being proactive by hosting some booster clinics. Should anything change in requirements be put in place, I think we'll be able to meet that need with our students.
And this could all be subject to change if a federal or state mandate is announced between now and the start of the spring semester. To read more from other colleges, universities we've heard from today, you can visit our website, 13wam.com.
Tonight, a fight to save this Rochester school and two others. Parents voicing their opposition to the superintendent's plan to close them.
Let's keep all these schools, not knocking one to the next. No, all of them. We need to stay in place. Why? Because it works.
Tonight was the first chance parents had to go before the school board and share their concerns. Good evening, I'm Jenny Ryan. Rochester superintendent says closings and consolidations are needed due to declining enrollment. As 13 WAM's Tyler Brown reports for us tonight, several in the community are asking for the district to reconsider this plan. Tyler?
Jenny, the superintendent has made it clear that the consolidated plan will be the best way to use resources efficiently. Parents today, however, are fighting to keep their beloved schools open. School 54 has always been a part of Stacy Walker's family. Her son graduated from that school, and her daughter is there right now.
It's like their second home, away from home. So, I want my kids to know this is our home school.
The superintendent's proposal calls for School 54 to close. If it passes, Walker says she'd have to consider other options for her daughter.
Our school is a family. Our culture that we created there it's a bond that can't be broken.
Under the proposal, School 54 is one of 3 that would close. 10 others would be impacted by consolidations. Among them, the Rochester International Academy, which provides English programs for refugee children in our area. Incoming 6th through 8th graders eligible for the program would be transferred to other middle schools in the district.
It's very, very hard to be with people who don't understand you, people who actually have no idea what you've been through or where you come from.
The district, which has a capacity for 30,000 students, has lost 6,000 students in the past 6 years. The district says the reconfiguration plan would allow each building to be properly utilized. The school board will vote in February. If approved, changes would be made by the next school year. Walker says she will keep fighting.
Let's keep all these schools, not knocking one to the next. No, all of them. We need to stay in place. Why? Because it works.
The district must submit the plan to the state by March 1st. We have full details on this configuration plan and all of the schools that it impacts on our website, 13wham.com.
Mayor Lovely Warren's proposed $2.2 million guaranteed basic income program is moving forward. It's a pilot, a test. City Council approved the plan last night. 13 Wham's Jane Chaco looked at how this program is working in some other cities. Jane?
Doug, studies show a guaranteed basic income proved to be successful in Stockton, California. People in the program were able to pay off debt, transition to full-time jobs, and less than 1% of money was spent on tobacco and alcohol. Working in city government, Dr. Cephas Archie heard the cry for help.
I had many members of the community emailing and calling and saying, we need help now. We need these resources now.
Archie is celebrating today as Rochester City Council approved a guaranteed basic pilot program Tuesday night. The 2-year program would use money from the American Rescue Plan, providing $500 per month to 175 families that live at or below the federal poverty level.
We are looking at the full spectrum of needs. So communities that were hardest hit by some of the ordinances, the racial covenants, the redlining strategies that were in place. What are those specific zip codes that were most detrimentally impacted?
According to the most recent U.S. Census data, 31% of Rochester City residents are living in poverty. As co-chair of the Reparations and Universal Basic Income Committee, Archie is in contact with other cities that implemented this program to learn what worked and what didn't. Stockton, California was one of the first cities to test the program out. In 2019, 125 people living in low-income neighborhoods were given monthly payments of $500 for 2 years. A study looking at spending habits from 2019 to 2020 showed the number of recipients with full-time jobs increased from 28% to 40%, and more than 20 people were able to pay off debt. Researchers found overall emotional health increased. One of the Stockton recipients says he was able to land a full-time, higher-paying job to provide for his family.
Every day I get to wake up and enjoy my kids, time with my kids. That's amazing. To see them grow. My wife, we enjoy time together. Didn't have that before. So, the C program changed my life in the better, and I thank them.
The studies on Stockton found that $500 wasn't enough to cover basic necessities. Incoming Mayor Malik Evans says the amount given to each family would be higher and funded by private and philanthropic funds.